Welcome, everybody. This is Charles Kuck. Great to be with you. I was going to be on today at 2 o'clock, but I got on another call that I had to be on, and it just went a lot longer than I thought it was going to. So I was actually speaking. I teach at Emory Law School, as some of you know. I'm a professor there in my free time. And then I spoke today to Emory foreign students who needed information about visas and stuff. So that went over, and all of a sudden, it was too late to do the Facebook Live. So I figured we do it 5. I know that's later for some of you. It's also earlier for some of you that are watching. But I wanted to make sure that everybody had a chance. And it also gave me a chance to take in the government's response in the Gomez case, completely expected. So we can talk about that. Muchos buenos días a todos. Soy el abogado Charles Kuck. Es un placer de estar aquí con ustedes. Voy a hacer esto en inglés y en español, contestando sus preguntas y hablándole de Reforma y además de la respuesta del gobierno en Gómez y lo que va a pasar mañana en los argumentos con el gobierno. Voy a empezar en inglés y de ahí voy a regresar en español. One thing I did want to mention today, I'm going to do this in English and Spanish, is today the White House announced that tomorrow it is going to introduce the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021 in Congress. This act is going to contain a path forward to residence for people with DACA, a path forward to residence for people with TPS, some type of legalization program for the undocumented, along with many, many other changes to immigration law. Nobody knows what it says. Nobody knows what the requirements are. Nobody knows what it costs. Nobody knows anything. So please be patient. When it does come out, we'll have a Facebook Live to talk about it. Probably tomorrow night around 6. We'll probably do a Facebook Live to analyze the act. But until then, just relax. Nothing you can do about it. Quise empezar con el anuncio hoy día de la Casa Blanca que mañana van a introducir la reforma inmigratoria que se llama el Acta de Ciudadanía de los Estados Unidos de 2021, que va a incluir una vía adelante de la residencia por los con DACA, a la residencia por los con TPS y algo de legalización por los 11 millones de indocumentados, además de muchas otras cosas. Pero no sabemos los detalles. No hay nadie, además de Biden y sus compañeros, que saben y conocen la ley. Entonces, no sabemos cuándo va a estar la ley, no sabemos cuánto va a costar, no sabemos quién califica, no sabemos los requisitos, los documentos, no sabemos nada. Entonces, no crees a nadie que debes hacer tal y tal y tal y tal y pagar dinero. Relájese. Mañana a las 6 tendremos un Facebook Live con nuestro análisis de esta propuesta de inmigración. Okay. All right. So today the government, as required by the judge, filed their response brief in opposition to the judge ordering the government either to create an NIE exception, a national interest exemption for DV 2020 recipients, or to preserve the visas, saying he can't do it. It's completely what we said they would say. Not a single surprise here whatsoever. And of course, they also whined about the fact that the Gomez attorneys did not request this on January 2. Now, I want to be clear about the history of this case. In December, we met with the judge. He issued an order to have the parties meet together and come up with a briefing schedule to decide the issue in this case, which is entry to the United States. I proposed that we brief all the issues starting December 31st, and we were prepared to do that. I was overruled, just to be clear, and the guidance that came forward was the Gomez plaintiffs wanted to move forward in January. The government wanted more time. And so the reason that the final decision on the merits is delayed is because the government wanted it delayed. I want you to know the Acker plaintiffs and the Fang Mohammed Kennedy plaintiffs wanted to move forward faster for the very specific reason that visas were expiring. This is not new. But I think some people thought Biden would lift the ban, or maybe that Trump wouldn't extend it. There was never a doubt in my mind that Trump wasn't going to extend it. He hates immigrants. Of course he was going to extend the ban. He just did it only for 3 months instead of 6 months to screw everybody on the DV visas. It is a surprise that Biden didn't act, but I never believed that they were going to act quickly. I'm disappointed he hasn't acted, but we come forward now because the judge delayed the filing of this. The judge put this out, not me. I even before the judge, I said, these cases are expiring, Judge. We need it faster. But, when they blame this side for delays, that's just a bunch of horse manure. All right. So basically their stuff is what it says it is. It's basically blah, 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 blah. They did say a couple interesting things here besides the court has no jurisdiction, the court can't do this. Keep in mind, this is stuff they've said all along. The court can't do any of that stuff. The court can't order equitable relief. The court can't extend the visas. The court can't do this. The court can't do that. I don't believe that's true. Basically they say, oh, well, life sucks. Too bad for you. That's the government positions. They did say the government is the one that should get the favorable. That's not going to happen anywhere. So basically, the government said nothing here. As they also said that they hope that the Department of State and the DHS will come to a conclusion. Is what they said. The proclamation is under active review. The process will conclude before the end of the month. Honestly, there's no reason it's taking this long. But it's very sweet of them to finally tell us it's under active review, which is a meaningless answer, honestly. So that's what they said. So tomorrow, what happens tomorrow? At 2 o'clock, there is oral argument. Now, keep in mind, the Gomez motion is Gomez, Acker, Fangjong, Muhammad, and Kennan. There's 5 cases. The judge is treating the Gomez lawyers as the lead plaintiffs in this case. Rafa and me, hopefully, will have a chance to say something, but they are kind of the lead plaintiffs in this. So I might not get to speak a lot. Judge might not want to hear from me. We'll see. Of course, I'm prepared to put my 2 cents in, but the reality is Gomez is leading on this. At least, that's the way the judge looks at it. So we're fighting for you, and we're doing everything possible we can. The Enunciado case, still nothing. 3 weeks on Friday, nothing. 4 weeks on Friday. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you at this point. But that's kind of where we are. Okay, estaba hablando en inglés acerca del caso de Gómez, en que el gobierno puso su oposición hoy día a la moción que pedimos que el juez ayude a los que tienen las visas DV 2020. Por supuesto, fueron opuestos a cada cosa que propusimos y así es. No hay ninguna sorpresa sobre esto. No hay ninguna sorpresa. Mañana tendremos los argumentos. Los abogados de Gómez son los líderes en poner sus argumentos. Tal vez yo y Rafa Urenas podemos hablar. Vamos a ver. Por supuesto, vamos a abrir nuestras bocas. Pero así es. Así seguimos luchando con la situación. Okay, let's answer some questions. We got some questions today. Let's say, here's a great question. Enrique Gonzalez, I have an approved EB-1A waiting for an interview scheduled in Mexico. What are my options to move forward? Can I use any of your cases? Yes, Enrique, you would be a beneficiary of the class in Anunciato. So the case that we had arguments on 3.5 weeks ago that we've been waiting on the judge to decide, Anunciato. So just like Anunciato. It's actually a Filipino name, not a Latino name. Maybe it's Brazilian. I think it might be a Brazilian name. Anunciato. So pray we win Anunciato, then you'll get to come. It's that simple. So yeah, you benefit from that because we filed a class action. No news. We talked about that. Congratulations on my big recognition. I don't know what my big recognition was, but thank you. I don't know what it was. Did I win something? Mr. Cook, my flight ticket is 22 of January, February for my visa. Oh, Johnny, if you watch me, I always told you don't get a ticket. Don't be buying a ticket. No tickets until you know you can come. I mean, yes, change your ticket. Thank you, Julie. Gracias. Mi español fue aprendido en mi estimado y querido Perú. All right, Sebastian, what do we know about parole 100, 114? We don't know anything, Sebastian. Judge Seaborg has not issued a decision. Let's see. Thank you very much. All right, so very tired. Yeah, Mervat, I know. I'm tired too. I'm not as tired as you. It's awful. You're a doctor. We need you here. And we keep fighting. So I'm doing everything I can to get you all here as quickly as possible. Saludos de Venezuela. ¿Qué va a pasar con 114? Ya que pasaron todos los casos que quedamos metidos. Yeah, well, Jessica, estamos luchando. I mean, honestamente, hemos comunicado 3 veces con el juez, dándole énfasis de la necesidad de mucha gente está perdiendo sus visas. Más de 1,000 de los 600 visas dados por DV 2020 ya han expirado. Cada día expiran más. Gente necesita 14 días para viajar. Y hemos dicho todo esto y no sé. Honestamente, no sé. A ver, Mr. Cook, I'm flying to Mexico next week to quarantine from Germany. John, you've got 14 days in Mexico. I don't know what visa you're coming on. Sorry, I don't have every case memorized, but you got to quarantine for 14 days, and I can't think of a nicer place than Mexico. Hamza, you got a haircut? Thank you very much, Hamza. Thank you. Great news. Most of London now have interview dates. Yes, as of Milligan 2. That's awesome. Congratulations, Mike. We're dropping Milligan 3 shortly, hopefully this week. I think we're almost done with the complaint. And we're getting a whole bunch more people their interviews. Thank you, Mike, for that really good news. Hello from Albania. I'll see. New changes. Biden made agents worse. Well, the problem is that Biden hasn't made worse changes. It's that Biden hasn't made any changes. So it's not worse. What it is people will say, well, give him time. Well, the problem is time is what we don't have. Time is the one thing we don't have in the DV 2020 gun cases. And the problem is that there aren't the people that need to be working on this issue aren't in place. They're not there. The people that need to make these decisions. So we're working on it. ¿Podría el juez mañana tomar decisión para dar relief a los visa holders? Sí, Kelly, puede, pero pienso que el juez va a demorar más de mañana. Tal vez viernes, tal vez la semana siguiente. A mí sería una sorpresa si él da un orden mañana. Eso sería una sorpresa. Is it true the court has no authority to grant the NIE? Look, the national interest exemption is a discretionary act. What the judge can do is find that the national interest exemption is illegal. It's illegal. It has no real basis. It is by its very definition arbitrary and capricious, and therefore it doesn't exist. That's what the judge can do. And once you get rid of that, then you say, can you enter the country? You have a visa. All right, that's where we're back to that square one. ¿En qué año van los casos de la visa U? Creo que es abril. Vamos a verificar, pero creo que todavía es abril de 2015. Estoy chequeando ahorita online del sitio de web de inmigración, a lo cual cualquier persona puede verificar. Está abierto al público. Ellos dicen que están tomando los casos de la visa U que fueron puestos en abril de 2016, lo siento. 2016, Ernesto. No sé cuándo usted puede aplicar. I'm a winner of DB 2021. Then you are enunciado. Okay, if you are if you're in the United States legally, you can adjust your status. The visa bulletin must have literally come out minutes ago because 3 hours ago it wasn't out. Are you saying it's now out? Hold on. Let's see here. The visa bulletins. Let's see. They're saying. So, the projected numbers for March are your number. Yeah, March 1, you can apply, Reza, if you're in the United States. And you should, honestly, at this point. Edith, buenas tardes, abogado. Una pregunta. Mi amiga tiene hijos mayores de 21 años. Si le piden ella, tiene que salir del país. Si sale, ¿cuántos por tantos años? Ella solamente tendría que salir por 10 años. Si entró aquí indocumentado y solamente ha entrado una vez indocumentado. No puede arreglar aquí. Si entró con visa, puede arreglar aquí sin salir. Mamu, Amiar, when we get final decision, we're tired of waiting. I know. I'm tired of waiting too. I mean, come on, Judge. I mean, even if you're not going to get rid of the ban, make them issue the visas. At least that's what Judge Mehta did. He made them issue the visas. That's the very least he could be doing. All right. Current EB cases are we protected if S386 and emergency pass are no longer current? That's a good question, Reed. I know that they're reintroducing what was S386. It's unclear, honestly, the effect it will have. I don't have any doubt they're going to try to pass that bill again. But because there is now a Democratic-controlled Senate, it's not going to be by unanimous consent. It will go through hearings in the Senate, and we'll have a chance to make it a functional bill, both for Indians to fix their problem, which needs to be fixed, without damaging the rest of the world. So that's kind of where we are. Tbilisi. Hello from Tbilisi, Mr. Charles. Did I ever tell you how much I love that little cheese bread that they have in Georgia? I love that cheese bread. Was all the opposition expected from the government? Yes, this was... The opposition is exactly what we thought they would come up with. The government, I actually was talking today to a fellow who used to be one of the senior lawyers under the Obama administration. He said something really interesting. He said, the government lawyers, their job is to protect the power of the presidency. So policies may change, approaches may change, but they want the law to be the same. So unless they're specifically ordered to agree, they will always fight back. And that's all they're doing is what they're programmed to do. How can we push for biometric appointments? California, yeah, Jessica. They are 1 million fingerprint appointments behind. And you can sue them. I mean, that's what you can do. You can sue them. That's about it. For those whose visas expire on March 10th, all I can tell you is we're trying to get you here. We're doing everything we can to get you here. All right, EB case doing CPR, we protected. Okay, you already asked this question. Only ask it once. Remember, you get kicked off if you ask too many times. Where did I go here, Omaya? Let's see. I skipped. Oh, there you go. Winner of DV already in the U.S. Yeah, then, Marisa, you should be prepared to file on March 1. Get a lawyer if you need us. Of course, we do. Of course, we help people all the time. You know, you can call us for a free consult. We're here. You know, we're here to help people. That's what we do every single day. Let's see. What other questions? ¿Cuánto tarda de acá por ser aprobado por primera vez? Brian, no sé de qué caso estás hablando. Yes, we are fighting for all 55,000 visas, Mehran, all of them. I mean, you have to understand, we actually do coordinate. I know it's hard to believe, but we do coordinate. We don't always agree, but we coordinate. ¿Cuánto tarda por DACA? ¿Será por primera vez? Brian, hoy día recibimos una aprobación por un caso que pusimos el 5 de diciembre. Entonces tomó 2 meses y pico. Okay. When are they going to say anything about administrative closure? Yeah, sure. That's another good question. ICE just got their lawyer, who's a former human rights lawyer. So I would suspect probably by early March, we'll have more information on administrative closure in immigration courts. Or might you ask that question again? DV 2020, yes. So there is a class in Anunciado for DV 2020 winners asking the judge to order their admission. So regardless of what MENA does tomorrow, we also have that decision sitting with Judge Seaborg in California, if he orders that same thing. All right. Charles, I am a DV-21 winner, previous O1 visa holder, working on DV1 case, but not even done before I found DV-21. Back in July, I recommend switching to DV. Do you think it's worth waiting for DV? Well, I don't know what your number. I'm not an expert on the numbers. Okay, so if you look at you're at Europe and you are 19,000, and they are in right now Europe at 9,000. You might get current, you might not. I would get the EB1 filed, honestly. That's what I would do. Because that's, if you're good, you're going to get approved. That's what I would do. Let's see. My STEM OPT my ID expired because of the delays. I'm with it, Rob Cohen, to file a class action. Should I take steps to leave the country? Actually, Clifton, what I would do is I would file a change of status to visitor to keep you here while Rob's case goes forward. And that will make sure you're legal so that you can get reinstated to student status, because that's one of the classes he's fighting for. So my recommendation, if I was your lawyer, would be to file for a visitor visa, change of status to protect your status. The place where I work with 25 employees for EB2s. My question is, can you get that done for us? How long would it take for them to be here if we apply now? Heriberto, these take months. The earliest time they could get here is October because they've already used the April visas that are coming up. You're welcome to call for a consult. We can talk about the H-2B program. You just call. We'll make an appointment. Talk to you about the options. Okay, we do these, but they are a pain in the bottom. They are a big pain in the bottom. When will I see them in Manila cooperate? Here's what's interesting, Michael. One of our Milligan 2 plaintiffs got a visa today in Manila. And I think we still have like 2 Milligan 1 plaintiffs that haven't gotten it, but all the rest have. And now I think this is our first Milligan 2 who got it. Honestly, we've this issues with the government lawyer. We're going to name Manila in the amended complaint as a problematic consulate. And so why won't they cooperate? The better question is, why aren't they cooperating in your case? That is the question we need to be asking. What is it? Are they taking them out of order? What are they doing? And that's what we don't know. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. Yes, I'm a super lawyer. Woohoo, I can fly. Thank you very much. Okay, human, you're going to get blocked. You only ask it once. Oh, somebody's calling me. What's going on with the family ban? My adult orders application. Butina, that is the Enunciado case. We're waiting on the judge to give us an answer. Saludos desde Colombia. ¿Qué va a pasar con la F2A que está en la espera en entrevista? Está en las manos del juez Seaborg y estamos esperando las respuestas. Yes, Dogam, I know 1,000 visas have expired. Now, in the Enunciado case, we're asking the judge to order them to reissue those. So, again, we've got a lot of irons in the fire at the same time. Let's see. My mom has TPS. Is a better file with your son? Oh, no, John. If your mom has traveled, so she's left, come back in with the parole, file for her green card. It's just do it. It's going to be better than the TPS program, I promise you. Do it that way. Let's see. How can we pressure immigration to give up biometric appointments? Jessica, you can sue them. That is how you pressure them to do anything. You sue them. The folks that are waiting on DV for the 9,095 visas, the government has so far refused to disclose how they will process those. My guess is they will give them to people who they interviewed but ran out of time, both in September and in April and March. They'll then give them to people who are interview ready that can be interviewed. And if there's any left beyond that, they'll go in number order. That's my guess, but I don't know. Does a favorable outcome in Jacob affect plaintiffs' enunciado? Brandon, I'll be honest with you. I know nothing about the Jacob case. I'm not a lawyer in the Jacob case. I don't know what they're asking for. I don't know where they are in the process. I just don't know anything about the Jacob case. You don't need to join enunciado because it's a class action. All right. Everybody will be protected. So if the judge does not grant class action, then you can email Greg Siskin and Greg will add you to the list. But right now we don't have anything that we're doing. The government lawyers are getting on your nerves. Well, Martina, you would hate my job then because that's all I deal with are government lawyers. If you are now married, you can absolutely add your spouse. I mean, if you got married in the meantime, you can absolutely add that. Let's see here. Is it possible the response to the government affects the judge? Well, of course, the judge is going to consider both sides. I don't know where he is. I mean, obviously, he's expressed concern about his ability, his authority. I think we've given him solid authority to do that. I just don't know. I don't know how the judge will look at it. I look stressed today. Do I? It's a lot because it's 5:00. That's why it's stressed. I'm not stressed. Trust me. For current EB cases, why do I keep clicking on you? Do you think we can enter America after all? I do. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think we could win these cases. And we will keep fighting to the bitter end. If we got to appeal, we'll appeal. We're going to keep going forward. All right. Let's see. When the Guatemala consul of interviews again, Sheila, no sé cuándo van a abrir en Guatemala. Probably when COVID, tal vez when COVID es mejor. Es que jueces y los abogados no pueden forzar que se abre los consulados. Let's see. How many chances will have a visa be issued? My interview will be on March 1 in Manila under F2B category. Well, Mark, if you're a registered nurse, you are exempt from the bans. So you should get the visa. You should have no problem. Muy difícil obtener la visa O1. ¿Puede comentar un poco? Well, Adriana, nosotros estamos litigando la visa O1. Por los que tienen visa O aprobada por el gobierno, ya tenemos la litigación en tape. Y ya hoy día pusimos una nueva queja, una nueva demanda, y ellos seguramente van a recibir sus visas también. Are those Trump's people in DOJ? Why are they fighting for it? No, they are government lawyers. They fight for the president's power, and they don't care who the president is. So unless they're told to do otherwise, this is what they do. Swedish embassy told us DVs are not granted NIEs, even with a strong, which is what we've been telling the judge, that they are not doing it. I don't know any DV that's gotten an NIE. Nobody. And that's the arbitrary and capricious nature of the NIE. So that's what we've been fighting for. Okay. Uno puede aplicar si fue detenido por la policía por multas de tránsito. ¿Aplicar por qué? ¿Para qué, Juan? No sé. A ver. I'm a DV 2021. I have a tourist visa. Can I make an adjustment to travel? Okay, here's the deal, Lisbeth. Tiene que venir por 90 días antes de meter la aplicación de ajuste. Entonces, dependiendo de cuál es su número, debes venir pronto para que pase 90 días para que puedas poner su ajuste de estatus. Eso podría ser una buena idea de suceder a través de la embajada. Well, sí, Ronnie, pero ¿qué visa estás pidiendo? Por los DD no están aprobándolos. Thank you for that. I try. Buenos tardes. Oh, Skip, man, this thing just jumps around. Wow. That jumped fast. I like your suit. I like yours too. I'm going to find you in here. Where did it go? There you are. Okay, buenas tardes, abogado. Yo entré con visa. ¿Qué posibilidades hay de poder agarrar un permiso? Raquel, no sé. Por esta razón, hacemos las citas gratuitas. Llame y podemos hablar de sus opciones. Okay. Buenas tardes. Entré con visa y mi hijo cumple 21 años. Amamos en mayo. ¿Puedo arreglar? Sí, puedes arreglar. Llámanos, Claudia. Y te ayudamos. Llama por la cita gratis, gratuita, y te ayudamos. Ok. A ver. Cheese bread from Georgia is scrumptious. It is. What? Hachapuri. It is really good. If you've never had cheese bread from Georgia, it's what heaven tastes like. It's very good. What about those guys that are the SVPs and people that got the waiver on the 1st of January? Can be some kind of Alexandra. They just got lucky. They got lucky. That's it. They got lucky. There's no precedent there other than luck. Okay. Let's see here. How can they say the authority is not for this court while they said in the last motion the appeal of the court belongs to the District Court of Appeals? Mamet, just because they take inconsistent positions doesn't mean they can't take inconsistent positions. Welcome to the law. Do I think the government will give a darn about legal immigration? I do. Biden even mentioned it last night in his town hall, but actions speak louder than words. We got somebody from Moldova. The Young case, didn't Judge Chen offer an exception and replace with visas? He did, but he did that before December 31st when a case came down in the Ninth Circuit that kind of complicated things. And so that's the problem right now. If that case had not come down in the Ninth Circuit, I think we'd be done. We wouldn't be having this conversation today. Let's see. How can we sue for biometrics? Jessica, it's easy. They have a statutory duty to adjudicate your case within a reasonable period of time. If they're not doing it, they're breaking their duty, and you can get a judge to order them to do it. That's how it works. Do I think Biden will extend the family ban? I don't, but I thought he'd get rid of it by now too. My sister has a DV visa in hand. Next month is 20 getting expired. What she's do? Pray we win. That's what she should do. What happened to DED for Venezuelans? No hay nada. Probablemente porque Biden no está de acuerdo con DED por venezolanos, o tal vez está pensando en hacer TPS por venezolanos. Y Trump ni importaba a los venezolanos porque Si le importaba, hubiera hecho TPS mucho más antes. Pero por ahorita no malgasta su dinero. No puede aplicar por nada ahorita. All right. Why won't they combine Jacob and Enunciado for DV 2021? Again, I don't know anything about Jacob. One. Two, we've already had our arguments. Jacob, as far as I know, hasn't had their arguments, I guess. I don't know. Why would I want to delay the case? It's already getting delayed by the judge. So I don't know their claims. I don't know their issues. So I certainly wouldn't join them. Is Colombia canceling interviews for approved I-130? Colombia is cerrado. I mean, Colombia is closed right now. So I don't think they're doing any interviews. What do I think will happen in tomorrow's hearing? I think the judge will listen to both parties and say that he'll make a decision soon. That's what I think will happen. That's the impression I get of Judge Mehta. He'll make a decision soon. Let's see. Buenas tardes, abogado. Tengo una pregunta. Mi esposo cayó en un retén en 2011. Agarró muchos abogados y uno de ellos le aplicó para un asilo. En su familia sufrió algo los hombres malos. Él es de Tamaulipas, pero le mandaron 2 veces a poner las huellas y después el abogado le dijo que tenía orden de deportación. El juez cerró su caso. ¿Usted puede ayudarme, por favor? Le pregunta, mire, Marisol, ¿es el tipo de caso? Debe llamar. Necesito ver los papeles y todo. Consejo que recibes por Facebook vale por lo que pagó por tal. Okay? Legal advice you get on Facebook is worth the money you paid for it. All right. Every day we see United Family with court orders. The judge made aware of that. You're talking about the Young case. Yes, the judge is aware of the Young case. Okay. Let's see. Una pregunta. ¿Piensas que nosotros los dependientes si podemos entrar? Yo creo que sí, Luis. My wife is American. How can I get started without going out of the state? She has health problems. I don't know, John. John, you need to call me so we can hablar de su caso. Let's talk about your case. Okay. Llámame. All right. Evidentemente, si viajamos de Europa a Panamá, casi que sea el NI, la solución le puede emitir en cualquier país o solo donde se emitió la visa. Fabiana, puede meterlo típicamente en el país donde sacó la visa, pero otros consulados podrían hacerlo y también puede hacerlo CBP en el aeropuerto antes de llegar. Okay. Let's see, ¿qué preguntas más? Muchas preguntas son la misma. Heider, don't ask a question more than once. I won't answer it. Dear Heider Charles, what may be the reason you're saying we're taking too long to give us the decision? I said yesterday, maybe he was waiting to see what the Ninth Circuit did with the healthcare case, which is now on hold. So there's no final decision binding him. Maybe that was it. Other than that, I don't know. I don't have it. I can't explain federal judges. I'm not a federal judge. I can't explain them. How do I sue to be able to plaintiff for IR5? Well, Ratish, you actually are part of the Enunciado case. So if we win Enunciado, you don't have to sue. You are actually automatically covered in that. Is it true that instant of judgment will come with a decision? Who's telling you these things? We will get a decision. I mean, 100% we're going to get a decision. I just don't know when. Hola, desde Italia. Somos ganadores de la DB20 y vamos a viajar a Panamá. Oh, yeah. You already asked. Ya me preguntó, Babian. Ya contesté esto. Is the judge making a decision regarding the DV21 or no clue? I think I already answered that. Hopefully. That's what we're hoping for. Let's see. Why is the California Service Center very slow? That is a great question. I have my own theories on that, like I have a lot of different theories. It's in Orange County, which is the most Republican county in California. A lot of ex-military guys work there. They don't get paid to be fast, and they have a lot of work. So basically, they have more work than they can do, and thus they are slow. Let's see. I got to find. I jumped ahead again. Let's see where we are. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see what we got here. There you are. Okay. How did you have round 1 or 2 K1 plays in Nigeria? Patrice, I think we had a round 2 people in Nigeria, but I cannot tell you for sure what's going on with it. I think we did. I know we had someone from Africa. I think we had one from Nigeria. Heider, stop asking the question. I already answered it. Thank you very much. Okay. We don't know when embassies will open. Nobody knows. All right. We just don't know. All right. Let's see. Is it true that you may not come with? Oh, yeah, you asked that question. All right. Thank you, Adam. These guys are hilarious. Let's see. Can family preference approve this file for AOS? If you're lawfully in the United States, when you file, you have valid non-immigrant status, then you can file in the United States. No seaboard decisions. Can you sue the government when you come for all the harm they cause? Great question, Andrew. The answer is no, you cannot. You can't sue the king unless the king lets you. That's the rule. It's called sovereign immunity. My thoughts on Citizenship Act. That's a good question, Nikki. Look, here's what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to split the bill. So we're going to have a DACA bill. That will pass. They'll have a TPS bill. That will pass. They will have a legalization bill for the undocumented. But they'll have to add in a lot of enforcement stuff to get 10 votes in the Senate. Because unless they can convince 2 Democratic senators to get rid of the filibuster, that's not going to pass the Senate. That is my predictions. Will you start a lawsuit against the California Service Center? Jessica, I love suing the California Service Center. I sue them like once a week. So call for an appointment. We can talk about it. What do you think will be the effect of the government's response? The judge will take it under consideration. If he wants to help people, we provided him. Basically, we gave him the gun. We gave him the ammunition. If he wants to fire, he can. Okay, despite the government wants to take the ammunition out, the ammunition's still good. All right, so he can still fire if he wants to. How long would it take to get my green card? I don't know. I'm getting married next month to a citizen. Had legal entry 20 years ago. So if you have a legal entry, Felix, depending on where you are in Georgia, it would take you about 8 to 14 months. Some states are faster, some states are slower. Let's see. Oh man. I keep jumping ahead. Here we go. All right. So I have DB 2020, possible. I paid every obligation, even December I had my green card. It sucks. I agree. It sucks. Zora, I already said, you got to pray. That's what she's got to do. ¿Qué pasó con inmigración? Ya están pasando las peticiones más rápido. ¿O sigue lo mismo? Sigue lo mismo, Javier. Lo mismo, porque no hay un nuevo jefe de inmigración. Pronto será. Y de ahí tendremos una apuración en las visas. Okay. Mari, no news. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get some news. Why do I think the public service is much slower than they were in September or October? That's a good question. One, they received a lot more cases. So immigration transfers cases internally. So they sent more cases there. They may also have people working from home. DC, once Biden came in, he sent all the government workers home in the DC area. So that likely slowed them down as well. The judge has no time consideration. They can take as long as they want. I mean, I have one case not related to these that we've been waiting on a decision for from July. 8 months. We're waiting on a decision from a judge. Now, that's not going to happen here, but they don't have any time frame. Okay. Gomez, I will make every argument I can that tomorrow, if they let me. All right. Again, Dimitri, the government can take as long as they want. Let's see. I love your thinking, Goli Shira, that the judge has to lift them. The judge has to let them in because of what he said in August 27th. I agree. But I'm not the judge. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. I lost my place again. There you go. Let's see. What do you think we can do to take an action? Because Adam, we can file what's called a mandamus action. Mandamus is a demand that the government do their job. So we can certainly do that. We have explained tomorrow the damage being done. Trust me, we got the damage down. And Hussein, I know you've been on a lot of our calls, Hussein. We're working on it. I know. I just feel terrible for folks. It just feels terrible. And we have one more here. Our last one here from Zachary. Milligan, round 3. Thank you for your work. Not sure if it would work the same time I'm making FAQ part of the stream. Seems like most of it. Well, Zachary, I don't have time for an FAQ is my problem. I'm slammed. I go from meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting. So I come on and more than happy to. I don't mind answering multiple questions. It's okay. One, Bruna, really good question. PP 1,152. That is in the NAM case. That's a separate case, not impacted by our cases. Those are non-immigrant visas. So, but if Biden gets rid of 114, he'll get rid of 100 them. OPT. By the way, on the OPT case, John, my buddy Rob has asked for TRO. I think they'll get an answer very quickly, within about a week or two. All right. Saludos de Venezuela. Tenemos toda la fe en el mundo. ¿Qué tal el pronóstico para nosotros? Natalie, ya dije esto. Tengo fe que vamos a ganar. Simplemente no sé cuándo. Ok. Todos, mira, pueden llamar por una consulta gratis. You can call for a free consult. Just call the number. We'll take care of you. And until probably tomorrow. So we, after the hearing tomorrow, I'll be back at 6 tomorrow night, and we'll do a broadcast talking about this process. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Bye-bye.